Bingo! Spidey Presents is back! Oh my god, I'm finally back! After 3 nights! I remember about 3 nights ago I told you I was going to come back and do a review of the Joker movie from 2019. Well, I wasn't really feeling too well at the time, so I decided to basically postpone it for about 3 days, right? So I just figured that I'm still having some allergy problems, of course, but I think I got most of it cleared up, except for occasional coughing. It's summertime, the pollen is starting to come out, the trees are biting and stuff like that. And grass is starting to sprout, it's getting kind of hot and humid here in uptown Palookaville. God, I hate this goddamn town. It sucks. Anyway, I got to give a shout out to Janelle. She's my press secretary. And, of course, Dane. He is my embalmer for when I finally kick the bucket. So, hello, Janelle. Hello, Dane. I look a little bit better tonight. I think I got everything working a little bit good. Got some creepy music in the background just for a little bit of ambience. I'm not really too sure if that was really necessary, but I know Spidey really doesn't have much music. He just likes to sit here and talk movies, which I'm going to do tonight. I know all the other characters in the podcast studio, like Penny and Butcher and Mr.myers and the whole slew, though, they always like that creepy, dark atmosphere and the music in the background. I thought I'd just keep the lights on. I thought I'd just basically talk movies like I used to do without all the special effects and stuff like that. Okay, we're going to be talking about, like I said, we're going to be talking about the Joker movie from 2019 with, how do you pronounce that guy's name? We'll just call him Mr. Phoenix. How about that? Joaquin Phoenix or something like that? I don't know. He's been about a ton of movies. He's probably about 45, 50 years old. He's a good actor. He does this role really good. His name is Arthur Fleck in this movie, right? It's pretty much he wants to be a stand-up comedian in nightclubs and stuff like that. Be on talk shows and stuff like that. He lives with his mother, Peggy Fleck, in a kind of a beat-up, run-down apartment complex. And so, god damn, I look good. Nice and tight. I think I look pretty tight here tonight. Anyway, even my fat, round head looks pretty good. My head looks like a bowling ball. Don't you think my head looks like a bowling ball tonight, folks? It looks like you could just put your fingers in it and throw it down the lane and knock over some pins. Okay. Let's cough. Okay. Anyway, pretty much starts out with him at the clown rental agency. God damn, I gotta learn how to talk. And he's basically in front of the mirror putting his makeup up. You can tell he's really depressed and everything. He's kind of like crying a little bit while he's putting his clown makeup on and getting his getting ready to go out and do some gigs for the agency. So, oh man, it's kind of sad. And then it kind of forwards to, he's basically like this other job where he's standing in front of this business that's going out of business, right? This business going on the sidewalk that's going out of business. He's holding the sign up, going out of business sale, blah, 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 trying to be happy and dancing and stuff. And of course, these 3 punk-ass kids knock the sign out of his hand and he has to go chasing after him, basically. And they beat the shit out of him down in an alley, stuff like that. It's terrible, man. It gets worse, folks. It gets worse. It gets worse, man. Oh my God. It doesn't get any better than that. It just keeps going downhill, downhill, and downhill for this poor man. He's trying desperately to be a stand-up comedian, like I mentioned before, but it just ain't gonna pan out. He just comes home every night, checks the mailbox. There's nothing in the mailbox. He goes up and talks to his mother. She's always in her bathrobe watching TV and stuff like that. They're addicted to this guy named, oh, excuse me, Murray Franklin or something like that. Robert Deniro. It's like a talk show host, and he's a creep, man. Anyway, Arthur Fleck wants to be on the show eventually. Well, she eventually does make the show, but it's not a very pretty part because he kills Robert De Niro right on national TV. It's really disgusting, man. Anyway, maybe I should have postponed this one more time. My voice seems to be a little raspy still. Oh, I'm gonna give it a shot anyway. Anyway, he's on the subway too, be leading up to the Robert De Niro guest host appearance, and basically he's on the subway and he has to kill these 3 Wall Street punks who are harassing this poor young lady on the subway. He shoots them all dead, of course. He gets his gun from this creep at the rental agency named Randall. Oh my god, I think Randall just set him up because he wanted to see him get fired because he knew Arthur was basically going to self-destruct and eventually use the gun on somebody, and he does, of course. Because he doesn't think clearly. He's deranged. He's basically depressed, anxiety, OCD. He's on 7 different medications, folks. Oh my god. He's kind of a mess, but you kind of like this guy. You kind of pull for him, but you know it's not going to turn out good. Oh my god, I should take some water. Oh my god. Anyway, we'll try to cut this review short. I'm going to give this a pretty good rating at the end, too. So we're up to about, 7 minutes here. God, it seems like 20 already. Jesus Christ. You people must be going, get the fuck off the goddamn podcast. Right now, right now. Spidey, go, go, go. No, I'm not going to go. Anyway, I'm not working today, so I'm trying to get this review in. So I got, did I just burp? I just burped. Oh my god. Have you ever tried to breathe through one of these goddamn masks? It's not easy to do. In the suit, you feel like you're being smothered. You feel like a mummy. All wrapped up with bandages, like Boris Karloff from the 1930s or 40s. Yeah, really. Oh my god. Anyway. So basically, he has to kill the 3 punks on the subway. And then basically, he's at this children's hospital after Randall gives him a gun at the clown agency. And he gets fired because the gun comes falling out of his pocket in front of all the kids and the staff. Of course, his boss finds out about that and he fires him right away. And it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse for this poor guy. It's a great movie. He does a great job playing Arthur Fleck, Mr. Phoenix, because he actually is a pretty damn good actor. He's very convincing as Arthur Fleck, you know. It's got a great cast besides Robert De Niro and a whole bunch of very familiar faces in this movie. Man, when he gets to Robert De Niro, he gets invited to. I'm gonna save that for last. Anyway, he finds out his mother. Actually, I shouldn't even tell you half this stuff in here. It's pretty sad. It's pretty sad. You have to watch the movie to understand how things just keep going downhill, downhill, downhill during the whole movie for Arthur, man. It doesn't, from start to end, it just goes straight downhill. It starts off bad and it just gets worse. But he keeps trying, of course, and then, of course, you know, a lot of you probably have seen this movie. Some of you may not have seen this movie. He gets invited to Robert De Niro's talk show, the Murray Franklin Show or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it is. And he ends up killing Robert De Niro live on stage when he's dressed up as the Joker, sitting next to Robert De Niro. You know, in the guest chair. Oh my God, it's like, whoa, whoa. Oh, the guests are just screaming and crying. You know, it's just, that's a terrible ending. I shouldn't even tell you about that one, man. But there's a lot of violence in this movie, folks. I would recommend that if you don't like clowns and guns and stuff like that, and, you know, stuff like this, it does tend to kind of, you know, grab you because it is actually pretty sad and depressing. You feel bad for this guy, but it's a great movie. It kind of draws you right in. You kind of just see where he's going from the beginning to the very end of the movie. It just gets worse and worse and worse, like I said before. I mean, it's got a lot of familiar faces. I won't even tell you half the scenes. There's a couple of these scenes that are pretty disgusting, especially when he just kills Randall in his apartment. Randall comes over, the guy that gave him the gun at the clown agency, right? He kills Randall in his apartment. Oh my God, that's pretty brutal. You got to see that, man. If you don't like violence and blood, you probably would not like that scene. But I'll let you see it firsthand because I'm not going to explain it, because it actually is hard hitting and it's very right to the point. But anyway, aside from that, I'm not going to tell you every little detail about the movie. I mean, there's a lot of scenes in here that involve the police, other clowns, you know, other agencies and stuff like that, and lots. It's I think it's filmed in Gotham City, New York, or something like that. I'm sure Batman knows what's going on. It's in Gotham City, of course. That's where the film basically originates, you know, because it's actually, you know, the Joker is from Gotham City, right? We all know that. I don't know, but am I doing okay in this review? Seems like I'm kind of bouncing around a little bit. I'm gonna have to get my my mojo working better here on some of these upcoming movie reviews, because I feel like I'm not quite explaining things thoroughly. I should be starting at the beginning and kind of moving frame from frame towards the end, but I'm kind of bouncing around a little bit because there's a lot of great scenes in this movie that I really enjoy. I've watched this movie probably about, oh God, at least a dozen times in the last few months, because it's one of these kind of movies that you watch it once. The first time I saw this movie, I thought it was just okay. And then I watched it a second time, and I kind of liked it a little bit more. And then, of course, I watched it a third time, a fourth time, a fifth time, and it actually started sucking you in. You started to get involved in it. And because it's so well done, and they are doing a sequel right now as I speak. They are doing a sequel. I can't remember what the title of it is, but I think it comes out maybe next year, 2024. And of course, Mr. Phoenix will be in it, of course, as it's kind of like a musical or something. You know, maybe set in Arkham Asylum or something like that. I'm not really sure. Anyway, the movie's got it's got great visuals. It's got lots of violence. The musical score is pretty good. The dialogue's pretty good. A lot of familiar faces that you actually appreciate their acting. Everybody did a really good job in this movie. Really good job in this movie. I can't remember exactly who made this movie, who directed and produced it, but they actually did a pretty good job, I think. I'm going to give it probably at the end of my rating. Of course, I do Spiderwebs. Of course, you all know that. So we're up to about 13 minutes on this review. So far, my webcam seems to be cooperating. Oh my God, I had a hell of a time with this webcam for the first 20 minutes when I was trying to set up this goddamn movie review with Spidey here. Just would not cooperate. It kept stopping and going, stopping, going. I don't know, it must have been out of whack or something. But enough of that shit. God damn, man. This suit looks pretty good. Let me pull back a little bit. I want to... Not too bad, right? It's not too bad. Let me pull back forward. Oh, there we go again. Anyway. Okay, that doesn't seem too bad. I really should get my head screwed on right, but I'm not really sure if I can do that. Anyway. I'm not ready for a rating yet, but we're gonna talk more about the movie. As you all know, I'm a huge superhero fan. I love Batman, the Joker, Gotham City, stuff like that. You know, Superman, everybody. I kind of like comic books in general because I basically grew up with all the kind of stuff, and you kind of read all that stuff as a kid, and basically it kind of just gets ingrained into your brain. Oh my God, I gotta sit up right here. Something not right. I don't know what's going on here. I'm not doing too bad for, you know, not really doing a review, a full review for about 6-7 months. I can't remember the last one I did. I think it might have been Willy's Wonderland or something with Nicolas Cage. I don't know, but I kind of like this Spidey suit though. It's kind of cool looking. I like this. I kind of like these goggles. I can actually see through them. The last one I did, I could barely see through the goddamn things. Oh my God! It was terrible. Anyway. Oh, how much time? We're into 15 minutes. I gotta wrap this up, folks. I gotta wrap this up. Oh, my head really needs to be screwed on. Spidey is a comedian in his spare time. Anyway, Arthur Fleck is a very sad individual. You gotta feel so bad for this guy and his mother, Peggy Fleck. He's gonna, you know, he's gonna lose all through the movie from the beginning to the very end. It's not going to turn out good, and it just doesn't turn out good for this poor guy. You know, he tries so hard, but you know, because of his head trauma when he's a young kid, basically he has serious brain damage. There's a lot of spots in the movie where he starts to laugh for no reason. He has, because of the brain damage, he has some kind of a outburst of laughter every once in a while. He can't control it. It just comes out of nowhere for like half a minute or so, before it finally just kind of goes away. It's kind of sad, man. You feel bad for this guy, so bad for this guy, you know. But there, like I said, I'm not going to tell you about every little thing in this movie. I just told you about his laughter problem, you know, because of the brain trauma when he was a young kid by his mother, Peggy Fleck, and stuff like that. So, and he's on all kinds of medications, like I said earlier. And, you know, he basically, he goes to visit a social worker a couple times during this movie, you know, and she doesn't really help him too much, and he's desperately trying to explain things to her. You know, he's a chain smoker too, so he's basically puffing constantly, you know, in the movie. So, but anyway, I don't know I don't know if this is a really great review, but like I said, I kind of really enjoyed this movie a lot. It's a very sad, depressing movie, folks. But it's actually got a lot of cool spots in it that makes you want to, kind of sucks you back in for another viewing, right? That's what I'm kind of thinking, that if you watch this one time, like I said, the first time I watched it, it was kind of, just okay. Second time drew me in a little bit more, third time more, fourth time more, and then eventually you're starting to watch it more and more, and you kind of appreciate it. It's depressing, it's sad, and it's kind of really kind of doomy, doomy and gloomy. Oh, I love it though. I can't wait for the sequel. I think it should be fun. I'm not even exactly sure what the premise is of the sequel, but the thing is, I think it comes out next year. I think they're currently working on it right now. It's in production right now. But anyway, I'm going to get going here pretty soon, and I got to talk. I know I've been kind of all over the board with my first long movie review in about 7 months, but, you know, like I said, I'm not feeling overly well. Spidey's, you know, the little spiders are causing me all kinds of grief. Oh, excuse me. See what I mean? Anyway, we're going to rate this movie right now. So, what I'm thinking is, I usually rate 1 to 10 spiderwebs. I am going to give this movie a full 9 spiderwebs. I know, I still like the Heath Ledger Dark Knight Joker better, but this is a great movie. It's really a great movie. It's an excellent movie. I should really give it a 9.5 or 10, but I'm going to stick at 9. Maybe the next sequel I give a 10. I'm not really too sure right now. But anyway, I just wanted to say thank you for sticking with Spidey Presents, and we're going to talk next. I'm not sure what we're going to do next. I really don't know. I'm just kind of like all over the place tonight. Spidey Presents is like... Anyway, like I said, 9 spiderwebs is a good review, a good rating, so that's what we're going to stick with. Until next time, watch for my next Spidey Presents review. Not sure what I'm going to review, but it will be coming fairly soon. Until next time, take care.